I'm about to play a dream that I had on August 19th, but what I did not say is that I had a tsunami flood dream 3 times. This was the first one, and then I also had a tsunami flood dream 2 times after that, and it was just about somebody personal, so I'm not going to include that one. And I want to say also that this flood, tsunami, and these dreams were symbolic. So tsunami, flood in a dream could mean coming chaos. It doesn't necessarily mean a tsunami. I have seen that a real tsunami is coming. I will put that video in the description box. I had a couple of dreams of a real tsunami that will come, but these dreams were symbolic, so I think that it means chaos, like catastrophe on this earth. Okay, so here's the dream that I had a few days ago. Bye. I had a dream that I was trying to warn these people about all the stuff that's coming, all these catastrophes that's coming, and I was warning them over years, over a long period of time. And in my dream, I saw this guy, and he was trying to warn some man as well, and the man, he was having trouble warning this man. And he came to me and asked me about it. He wanted some advice. And I was telling him to tell him about his dream or vision that he had had before. Because it was an urgency. Like, we have to really warn these people about what's coming. And this dream was symbolic too. Because in the dream, I lived in some kind of, how can I say this? It was like a real fancy hotel, and everybody had different types of rooms. My room wasn't fancy though. My room was just a regular room, and the rich people had these massive rooms. And so anyway, it was showing me all, like, different people had different rooms. Like, I had this real, regular room that was on the poorer side. And it might have been one room that was even poorer than mine. That was a type of room that was poorer than mine. It felt like that. Like it was another type that was even poorer than mine. But my room looked like a regular hotel room with 2 queen beds, just regular. And then I saw other people had bigger rooms. And then I saw these rich people. They had like penthouse rooms. And I said, wow. I said, those are nice rooms, like, wow, if I had a room like that, wow. I was like that, like, if I had a room like that, wow. So anyway, and I think that was just symbolic, like showing the different types of classes that we, that we're in as people, like, that I was on a poorer side. So anyway, it was showing all of this. And because when he came to me, this guy came to me, his name starts with a V, and he's on my channel. But anyway, when he came to me, I was in my room, but then I left out the room because I had to go warn people as well. And it was an urgency, like that. I had to urgency warn them, and that's what I was saying in different rooms. Because people, it was like some rooms was open, some of the hotel rooms was open. But these people that had this penthouse, is like, even though it was connected, it was like it wasn't connected, because it was like this massive penthouse, like on different strokes. That's what I'm trying to say. It was big like that, like on different strokes. And then the dream was showing me how people was living, how these people was living, even just regular like people, like my class, like that was in a class like mine, and then classes, upper, the dream didn't say class, but I'm just saying class. And they was in like an upper class, like a upper, type of people. And then the rich people, it was showing all these different types of people and how they was living. And the dream said they was living like soap operas, like the way they was dressing real fancy. They was all involved in, cars and clothes and in their lifestyle, making sure they could cook the best foods. And it was all about lifestyle, all this lifestyle stuff. Like, having their hair done the nicest way, best clothes, cooking really nicely, taking care of their home really nicely and things like that. And it was just showing like opulence. The dream said opulence. And they was all concerned with that. And they was completely oblivious to what is about to happen on this earth. And in the dream, I was trying to minister to this set of people that was like this. And like I said, they wasn't all rich. There's some of them was even in my same status. And they wasn't listening. They was like, oh yeah, whatever. You know, they wasn't listening. So in this dream, the setting was very, very beautiful where the rich people live. Wow. It's hard to explain. It was just very pretty. But anyway, there was this beautiful blue body of water. And then all of a sudden, there was an upset where the water got on top of the houses a little bit, but just a little bit. And the houses was fine. So I'm running around trying to minister to them. And they laughing like, oh, come on, get out of here. You know, whatever. And they was dressed like, let me explain how these people was dressed, the rich people. Lord help me, Jesus. How was these people dressed? They was dressed like something off. Like Cinderella. Yes, thank you, Lord. They was dressed like Cinderella. Like even this one guy that I'm thinking of right now, he had on this hat like he had on a hat like a hat from Cinderella. And the people was dressed like Cinderella. And that's how they was living. And their dream said this too. It was some people that was as like my status. And they was still living like that. They was still trying to live like that. And the dream said soap opera. They was trying to live like they was some kind of like people in a soap opera. And so they was even trying to live like outside of their means, I guess you can say. Like that's how they was trying to live. Like all focused on things like that. Like, you know, best clothes, best hair, all this kind of stuff. And they was, you know, trying to live like a soap opera. So anyway, then it happened again. The water was upset again, and this time it was bigger. And it hit again. It hit houses and everything like that, but they was fine. Everybody was fine. There was like zero tragedies in the dream. I didn't see any tragedies. And I told them, because they was laughing, because they just thought, you know, I'm crazy because wasn't nothing really happening. And I said, you don't understand. These are just warnings. These are warnings that there's a tsunami coming. I was telling them there's a tsunami coming. It's going to be massive. And it's going to cover up all these houses. And I didn't say lots of people would die, but I was thinking that in the dream, that lots of people would die. But I didn't say it out loud. And I said, you don't understand. It's going to be way, way worse. And I was telling them, you need to get right with Jesus Christ. You need to get right with God. But I know I said Jesus Christ. And I was ministering to them about Jesus and telling them that they need to get right with him. Because this thing is really going to happen. I had a knowing that it was more than just a tsunami that was coming. There was a lot of things that was coming that I had been warning them about on my channel many, many times. And also, I knew that these people was not just people. They was professing Christians. And the dream even showed me how they was listening to false prophets and false teachers and false pastors, false ministers of the gospel that was reassuring them that everything was fine. And so all of these people I was shown was professing Christians. And they was just laughing. And it was like, even the way they was walking together, like the men and the women, like I saw at one point, how can I explain this? And the way this dream showed me these people living like Cinderella too, it showed the characters in Cinderella. And then it switched from not the cartoon, when they made it with real people, when they made the Cinderella movie with real people. And it switched from their faces, from the people in the movie, to the people in the dream, to like regular faces of people. So first I would see the faces from Cinderella. Then it would switch to the faces from people, like representing people in real life. And they was like holding each other's hand. And I saw this man, he had two women on each side. And he was on his way to see some show. And it was showing that too. These people was going to see shows. You You know, and it's just representative as well of them being entertained by the world, entertained by these fake movies out here and things of this nature, and not thinking about the things of God and how they need to, you know, listen to the prophets, the true prophets, not the fake ones. And they need to understand the times that we're living in, and they need to wake up. They was asleep. They need to wake up. And they just wasn't listening. They just really wasn't listening. And that's what this dream was showing. And even this guy whose name started with a V, like he was trying to minister to some guy. And he was feeling the same frustration that the guy wasn't listening. So anyway, and it felt like he was talking to a black guy, an older black guy is what it seemed like in the dream. So anyway, I don't know. These things are coming, you guys. They are coming. We keep warning. And I think God gave me this dream just to show me that it's getting to the point where people are not listening. So let's continue to pray. Pray for humans, every human out there with a human soul, that they will listen. And that's how I verbalize my prayers. I pray for everyone with a human soul, no matter where they are, that they will listen, that they will turn to Christ, that they will come out of their wicked ways. I love you all. Bye.